the AFC Championship game, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Kansas City. It's the Jets and the Chiefs on Sunday night primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold out GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. Got a man. It's the rookie out of the third round. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Rodgers now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Rodgers to throw once more. Yeah, he'll find Hall. Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells the offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. One more time with Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Pacheco gets it up the gut. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Mahomes now to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Fielded just inside the 20. That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And the Jets will take over. Now it's Rodgers. A short one there to Freiermuth. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. On play action, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Jets ready to get going again here on offense. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
He gets this to Devontae Adams. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Hall. Fighting down past the 45. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are 1 game away from a Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got, and that's a heck of a run right there.
On the out route, this is Adams with a catch. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And that one too high and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. Well, certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now that run good for 7 yards, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter from Arrowhead, it's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jermaine Johnson able to get him for a loss of about 3. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
That's into the hands of Worthy. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Buying time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jermaine Johnson. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Throwing is Rodgers. That one taken in by Corley. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A big play there. 44 yards. And the Jets have taken the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Again, it's Pacheco. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Now here's Mahomes. A little short pass. This is Everett. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 12.
Mahomes going to throw. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Will McDonald able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returnable here from the 38. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. New York ready to go again offensively. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. AFC title game, 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to play. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
To throw is Rodgers. This completes a Corley. Just a gain of a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Zerline's kick is up and through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing now is Mahomes. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's second down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Got him in, it's Brown. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. They'll look to throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Final shot before the half from Mahomes.
He'll get this complete to Worthy.
So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
But first, let's look back to the NFC Championship game held earlier today. And it's the Philadelphia Eagles who are heading back to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this AFC Championship game. We were treated to a solid first half out of the running back, Breece Hall. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Chiefs offense ready to go again. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
It's second and 8 at the 33-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Being chased out left. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
That's good for a Kansas City.
A handoff now for Pacheco. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the gun, it's Mahomes.
Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice.
Tally that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Second and 10. Here's Pacheco once again. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
3rd and 7.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jermaine Johnson bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
2nd catch in this AFC title game, and he's got a 1st down. Here's Rodgers throwing quickly to the flat. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers throwing quickly out to Adams. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Ball on a give up the middle. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. Rodgers throwing quickly out wide. They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Hall, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A pretty big play now in this AFC Championship, 3rd and goal. Rodgers going to throw. That escapes the sack. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change, because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
45 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4.
On first down, they go back to Pacheco. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Mahomes now to throw. That'll be caught by Rice. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's second down and 2.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Now Mahomes.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs.
Here's Pacheco.
They juked him and able to work his way down to the 16.
Second down and 3.
At the 16-yard line, a 7-yard pickup brings up second.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Javon Kinlaw
In there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down. The Chiefs on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
running left to give to Pacheco.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And incomplete on the deep ball. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Jets are going to get the football back. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a carry for Allen.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Rodgers now to throw. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. It'll be a gain of 5. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Dancing to his left. Breaks a tackle. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The leg work there getting him the 1st. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A good pickup there, a 22.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Now it's Rodgers. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Garrett Wilson.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Jets are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. KC's offense ready to take over.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27.
And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Now here's Mahomes. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Mahomes going to throw. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce.
And Kelsey's going to have a Chiefs first down as he'll get the ball down inside the 30.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. To throw, it's Mahomes. They'll find Everett there, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Throwing now is Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rice. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Complete to Rashid Rice. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
It's a gain of a yard. Complete to number 10.
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Mahomes hit. He lost the football.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City.
Xavier Worthy.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Butker on for the PAT. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And now the Jets are going to get this one, and that might be all she wrote. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
The Jets are going to the Super Bowl as we say thanks for watching and good night.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.